Today a new Radiohead album came out. It was meant to come out tomorrow, but they decided on a whim to put it out today instead. And in the age of digital downloads, you can do that. I'm kind of an old Radiohead fan. I first saw them prior to Pablo Honey coming out, saw them in a little venue called the Lemon Grove in Exeter. I still always get this vague sense of excitement every time they put anything else out. I just don't love the new stuff as much as the old. Anyway, their previous album, which was called In Rainbows, they put out on an honesty box basis, where you could pay whatever you wanted in order to download it. This one, they've set a pay scheme for it, which is £6 for an MP3, £9 for a WAV, and they've also got a sort of luxury physical format that's going to be coming along in May. But the idea of paid downloads, which is very much something that Radiohead have embraced, and it seems to be a business model that works for them. Now, they're a band that have benefited through the old existence of the music industry, whereby people would put vast amounts of money into marketing bands and then getting those bands exposure. I mean, I think Radiohead are a class band, and I like to think that they would have got through without that in a way. However, realistically, I think the millions of pounds helped by record companies helped. I don't think that the average band without that kind of profile could release an album using the kind of release patterns that Radiohead have chosen to do now. Why am I talking about that on a blog about film? Well, obviously there are parallels between the way that Radiohead are releasing their album and the way that filmmakers are now beginning to release their content online. Our movie The Devil's Music in the UK, we opted for a digital release rather than a DVD release. We went out through Indie Movies Online, and people were able to see that movie for free, which they were able to do because there was an advert at the beginning of it, and so that ad generated money, which in turn that company then pays all the filmmakers, and that worked well. Just yesterday on Twitter, I was directed by username DDOpco towards a video player called Dynamo Player, which isn't something that I've heard of before, and it isn't something that I've investigated. It appears to be a way of filmmakers setting an individual charge on clips and then being able to embed those on other websites. So that looks kind of interesting and something that might be pursuable. I've no idea whether that will take off, whether whatever, I haven't investigated it yet. But all of these things are still sort of in their infancy. So I really mention it because I think the Radiohead model is an interesting one. Whether it will apply through to film, I don't know. And is the variable price thing, I mean, would a pay-as-you-go scheme work? Would an honesty box scheme work? I bring you no answers, just thoughts.
It doesn't.